During this time, as an entrepreneur, I know I should never give up. I had to look for ways on how to find opportunities during this crisis. I am Louie Ocampo Gutierrez, Managing Director of Silverworks. This is Silverworks' story of rediscovery and reinvention. Like any other business owner, I was caught by surprise. I have 500 employees with no work. I have 75 stores that are closed because the malls were closed, and I didn't know what to do. Even before the pandemic, we have been doing online, so I never doubted that Silverworks wasn't gonna get out of this crisis. I have a very strong online team who, despite our products being non-essential, we were able to do our selling through the different marketplaces. But at the end of the day, I had to find work for my employees who are working in our retail shops. For businesses, 2020 is not a year to make profit. I've been trying to build the brand, the company for the last 30 years. And during the pandemic, when it stopped, there was this thinking that, there's a reason for all of this. I had to stop and go back to the basics. Imagine there's a farm in the middle of the central business districts here in Makati. I had to make sure that it is something that benefits everybody. So I wrote 5 pillars of why I am building this urban farm. Number 1, I want to maximize the use of idle land. Number 2, I want to create solutions in food and materials waste. So most of materials that we use here are repurposed and recycled. And then I also want to create jobs for the displaced workers. And I want to bring the community also together with a common interest in food and gardening, which is what is really happening now. The best thing that ever happened during this pandemic was building my urban farm. Every day there is a small miracle happening here in the farm. It has touched me so much. It has touched my family. It has touched my employees. It has touched the community. So, it is something that money can't buy. I think defining moments like this happened during the pandemic, and you just have to come up with something meaningful. The pandemic didn't happen without a reason, and each and every one of us needs to find a reason why these things happen and make it meaningful in their own little way.
Hi, I'm Tina Maristela Ocampo, and I'm your host for today's webinar, sponsored by the Altar Environment Ministry of Santuario de San Antonio Parish.
So after spring cleaning my bodega and organizing it, I went out to my garden and I saw the big potential it can make. And now I'll show you my garden.
This is my vegetable garden. So you see, I grow my carrots for puchero.
We grow
It's
our
all
ready.
here.
Look, sarap. Every day we eat arugula in the house. It's great for salad. And of course my dill.
Dill is very good to combine or to give that fresh taste for your salmon.
Nice, right? And then I grow my pandan, my lemongrass,
And over there is our sitaw. It's not yet happening, but the sitaw's gonna come out soon.
I love this basil, my bed of basil.
Ganda. But you see, I'd like to also tour you around the area where all these beautiful trees here. Look, these trees, I have mangoes, chesa, avocado, santol, duhat, so many fruit trees surrounding. The thing is, the leaves are all falling off my garden, and I have to prune it. Actually, we're doing pruning today, but that is actually for the sun to come sift through and
I
nourish
could
my
have not
garden.
done this garden without the help of our very special guest today. And soon you will meet him. But before that, let me show you, I also do my own composting. I have all the leaves from these trees surrounding my garden. Look at that. And when the leaves fall off, I put them all in this fertilizer. It's very organic. So, I will be showing you the legit and very professionally run urban farming in Bel-Air. And that is where we're going to meet our guest speaker for today. I'll see you there. Hi, so we're here. Wow, this is heaven. Look at this. Look at these flowers. Oh, God. Oh. Wow, wow, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Ganda basil for my pesto. Louie, where are you? Look, flowers. You know, so it's not just a vegetable garden. Look at that garden. You'll see that later. Hey, Louie.
Hi, Tina.
Hi. Look at your plants. Every time I'm here, there's always something new. Wow, wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love flowers, and this is fantastic. So aside from the beauty of it, as Louie said, these are really repellents for all these pests going around. Friendly, I suppose, but dangerous. So they are the ones that shoo them away. Look how beautiful they are. Every time I'm here, I always something new, and I observe that you have so much flowers now. Ano to? Ang ganda.
Yeah, hi. These are gluten natin. You know, you can use this add to your salad.
Yes.
You can also make it into a tea. It's actually antioxidant.
Talaga?
Yeah. So they grow really well, and look, they're all blooming. No?
Ang ganda. And all of these are like your usual eggplant.
Yes, yan yung mga talong, and we've been harvesting them for a few months now. So they're really healthy, and every day we get the whole harvest. Yes,
no?
yes,
Ganda.
yes, plenty.
Louie, show me around. Ang ganda, how exciting. Should we go first to the mushroom?
Okay, let's go to the
Let's
mushroom
go to the
house.
mushroom house.
Okay, so this is the mushroom house. Actually, we just harvested early today, no? So there are not so many fruiting plants right now, but we've been harvesting every day. So take a look at the mushrooms
I
here.
have a question. What are these pa? What are these? Are these like, I'm sure this is parang the soil of the mushroom, no? Pero ano yan? Ano yung nasa loob?
These are actually fruiting bags, no? They are made from sawdust and other materials to make to spawn the mushrooms. So right now you can see the mushrooms growing.
Look at this.
Then I think this one is a bigger one. Let's see.
Where?
Ito.
Wow. How wonderful. But
Yeah.
wait, Louie, is this also available here if we're going to do our own mushroom?
Well, ideally you can do it at home, but you know it really takes the right temperature and the humidity to get it started. So
Mahal ba?
hopefully, you know, we were able to develop something that you know we can really do at home. I
Yes.
think in other countries they're doing that now.
Oo.
Already, no?
Dapat ba damp yung place
Yeah,
mo?
there's a
medyo
certain
damp?
humidity that you need to have in the greenhouse. The right amount of air, so that you know the mushrooms grow well.
Oh,
Okay.
ganda. I can sleep here. Nice. story that you can tell about this well. So paano mo na-discover to?
Yeah, actually, it was really a surprise. No? We didn't expect na merong spring water in the city. So one day, my workers, we were building this mushroom house.
Yeah.
And they were digging in this land. Tapos, was water coming out. Sabi nila, sir, merong sibol dito sa biwas. I couldn't believe it. Sabi ko nga, baka, may mas natamaan na, water line. And, lalaki yung bill natin sa tubig. So, but then, sabi ko, no sir, wala talaga. So, one day, I told my brother, sabi ko, we have this well, nakakatuwa. So, sabi ko, make sure that, there's that this is healthy water. So, ang gagawin mo, maglagay ka ng palaka dyan. If the palaka survives, then, this is good water. Wala naman akong makita palaka here in the village. So, I was calling everybody and asking where to get frog. But the next day, surprises, there was a frog swimming in the well. So, really, all miracles like this happen every day here at the farm. Nakatuwa. Veggie of the neighbors here.
And mine too. Talagang I always eat arugula almost every day.
It's really hard to find here in the city, and of course, being really organic, we harvest it early in the morning, and then the villagers have their own arugulas on their tables.
Yeah. But look,
Nakakatuwa eh.
nakakatuwa.
Yeah, it's a happy thing.
Why?
No, it's from our, it's been a repurposed item. So, 80% of the materials here that we have in the farm are all repurposed. So, walang tapon talaga.
Yeah. So it came from donations.
Donations, from old stores,
Oh yeah, because you had the silver works before.
Yeah.
You had stores before. And restaurants, right?
This one was from our restaurant before,
Galing, no? It's real.
So, yeah.
Then itong mga to, galing saan ito?
These ones are actually biscuit tintas.
Yeah.
I think they're really good for container gardening. If you don't have a lot of area in your place, and maybe in the rooftop of your building, you can use containers to plant. So there's not an excuse that you don't have to plant.
Yeah, and look at this. So whether it's land, soil, or tin can,
Container.
you see, you still have the same quality of talong. Ganda.
There's many ways. So there's no excuse really not to plant.
And I see also there are like tires here. Oh, saan nanggaling yan? Sa
Ayan,
talyer.
yung mga, we have our trucks. We're able to make use of a lot of materials.
Look at that. Look at this, huh?
Yeah, so it's a repurposed cabinet. So, if you don't have a big area, you can put a plant bed in your balcony, and you can do your own gardening there.
So this came from your cabinet from the office?
Yes.
Galing, no? So
Plenty
you
na
see,
mga
ang dami.
plenty stuff that we can reuse.
Okay. Oh, this looks like very rare lettuce. What is this, Louie?
Yeah, these are really very interesting varieties of lettuce. It's called the red oak. Red oak lettuce. They actually look like more of the arugula, but they are different colors. So it really adds colors to the
Array of vegetables. Oo, tsaka kahit dito, it looks like so beautiful, you don't even want to touch it anymore.
Kaya pag minsan nga, ayoko nang pa-harvest kasi ganda-ganda eh.
But Louie, tell us more about this plastic here and those little holes where the vegetables are popping out. What are these essentials?
This is called the mulch. Mulch retains moisture in the soil. And then nakakatipid nga if you are using organic fertilizers. You can just put fertilizers around the hole. No? And it also repels insects. And of course this tunnel, it's like a mini greenhouse.
Yeah, can you do it?
So in the morning we open them, at night we cover them. So if you do that, it keeps away pests, and of course it's summer now when there's too much sun, it dries up the plants. So this is a very good protection for the plants. So we remain happy and healthy. Okay, let's go to the greenhouse. Welcome to the greenhouse. Come in. So this is all where it starts. Of course, we have our seedling area. So we start everything from seeds, and for 3 to 4 days they grow using the seedling tray. Right now we have lettuce, thyme, coriander, American lemon, and chico growing as seedlings, and in a few weeks we'll be transferring them to the areas when they
How long does it take? How long does it take, or how tall does it before you transfer them to the bed?
Like for leafy greens, this takes only 3 to 4 days. So from the seeds they become seedlings. Usually when they grow a few leaves already, they're ready for planting on smaller pots.
Oh,
So,
this is repurposed again.
yeah, actually this is a pot that's made by one of the kasambahays here in the village. So we're helping her. She is a widow who lost her husband, who was a fisherman at sea. So she has to support 6 kids. So she's selling us this pot.
So this came from your complete right?
Yeah, it's a pet bottle. Really a pet bottle, and it's really nice design.
Yeah, take out na lang ng ko. So this greenhouse, how much did you invest in putting up this greenhouse?
Yeah, I think this is the most expensive part of the area. Pero of course, we also repurpose the bakal and other materials. But except for the net, the fine net and the PE plastic, which we spent for, this is mostly repurposed also.
Yeah.
But of course, many people were saying, why build something expensive and you're gonna have this property only for 2 years?
Yes, kasi we have maybe we forgot to mention that this is a borrowed land, from one of the residents of Bel-Air, and Louie here was given 2 years to build his garden. So Louie, like what you're saying, 2 years ka lang dito, but why invest so much, and how much did you invest here?
Yeah, so I was always telling myself, year of the pandemic, we usually travel. Siguro yung dalawang linggong travel abroad, this is the amount of money that we spend here in the farm in exchange for 2 years of good health and peace and happiness. So I think it's really worth it. Building something like this.
And you also told me a story that during the first few months of the pandemic, you were becoming anxious, no? Because I'm a retailer too. And
so is Louie, and we still have our kiosks and stores in the malls. Pero like, everybody knows, wala namang pumupunta masyado ngayon sa malls, and he developed some sort of a anxiety. So that is why he's saying it's better to build a 2-year garden that keeps him healthy mentally, no?
Yeah, mentally and physically. Because I was really having palpitations. I remembered at the start of the pandemic, kaming dalawa ni Tina nga, we've always been talking about what are we gonna do with our stores, what are we gonna do with our employees, kawawa naman, Of course, all of this stress really happened, from that March to May last year. And I was having palpitations and I didn't know where it was coming from. So I eat healthy, I exercise, but then the doctor said, you are in plenty of stress. So I think fast forward 6 months later with the farm, I feel so healthy, I eat a lot of healthy foods, Instead of being in the hospital, I am able to enjoy a lot of things. So definitely the amount of money that I spent here is helping a lot of people, it's giving me peace of mind, it's giving me a healthy lifestyle, and there's really nothing that compares to this. No money can buy.
Yeah. So the ROI, ladies and gentlemen, is here, right here.
Yes.
Healthy, peaceful,
Yes.
happy.
So, it's not the income that you're gonna earn, it's the ROI is your well-being.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's the most important thing right now.
Yeah. So if you want an ROI that's returned to you right away, of course the ROI is the vegetable you'll be consuming.
Exactly. And
For
the people
those-
that you're helping.
Yes, but those who are living in apartments, like what you said, tin cans can be put in
Yeah,
your...
so there's container gardening,
Yeah.
there's plenty of other things that we can do.
which you don't have to shell out a lot of money
Yeah.
for that.
It really depends on you on how you're gonna spend that money. There's plenty of other recycled materials that we can use. But each is its own. But definitely there's something for everyone.
Yes. Ah. Ganda.
So aside from the greenhouse, we also have the farm store, no? And we carry a lot of things, anything about farming. So actually, all of the things that we have here are for sale. This also makes the farm sustainable, where people can. It's a one-stop shop for people who like to start their own gardens and who have already their own garden. So. There's plenty of plants that are available. Like for example, this repurposed tin containers, we use them as herb gardens. This is like black parsley right now. Aside from that, we also sell plants like these lemons. We have American and Mayer lemons available. Of course, we have calamansi trees, so plenty. So it's really very interesting. We also have the pots, of course. We support this local potter who does exports. Kaya lang nung bumagyo last year, they lost a lot of income, so we're helping them start their production again. So very nice, very export product terracotta plants. Aside from that, of course we have a lot of recycled materials like this 5-gallon water PET bottles. Nakatuwa because imagine how you can plant capsicum on these kinds of bottles. And if you're living in a balcony of a condominium, this is really perfect. So, wala namang gastos. If you have your own bottle, you just buy the soil from us and You know, you have a really nice looking and
What's
healthy
this
plant.
one, Louie? What
How
is
about-
this?
These are coconut poles, no? We use them for plants that need trellis, like tomatoes and eggplants, so that, you know, since these plants have very soft branches, they need support, so that when they start growing their fruits, they don't fall off. So these are really perfect for these
Climbing.
kinds of plants, for
Yeah.
climbing plants.
Okay. Louie, let's talk about the soil. It's a very important ingredient to making healthy vegetables. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, I think the secret of having the healthy plants here are definitely, of course, the sun, the water, and of course the soil. No? So we just don't put. I think that's the common problem with people who start farming. They don't know what kind of soil to use when they start planting. No? We use a mixture of different fertilizers to complete the mixed soil. No? What we do is we mix it actually here in the farm itself, because sometimes you buy potting soil and you don't actually know what's in it because they're already processed and put in a bag. What we do here is when somebody orders their soil, we mix them on the spot. So for the soil, we use 60% vermicast. This is processed from worms, and you see how rich the soil is. No? So the worms eat the rotten vegetables and the plants, and after a few weeks, it becomes like this. No? And then we include also cocoa peat, which is coconut fiber. This helps get more nutrients for the soil and make it parang buwaghag yung soil natin, hindi siya magiging clayish, no? And lastly, we use burnt palay. This is the palay, and it's burnt for a few hours, and it turns like this, the black one. It gives off a lot of nitrogen to the plants, so they stay healthy. So 60% vermicast, 20% cocoa peat, and then 20% CRH. That's the perfect mixture for the soil that we have. So look how healthy the soil is. So this is how it should look like when you put it on a pot and you plant it. So right now this basil, this newly planted basil is really growing well.
So, as you see, there's a sign here, support your local farmer. And I believe there's like a very interesting story that Louie can share with us today about how he was able to come up with this beautiful garden, and at the same time making sure that he's helping his people. Louie, tell us about it.
Yeah, anyway, when we started the farm in July last year, of course, one of the main reasons why I started is ang daming walang trabaho, you know, because of the pandemic, and I was really thinking of ways on how to help a lot of people who are out of work. Wala naman business in retail and in other, talagang, there are really no job openings. So I really wanted to make sure that, the farm can help these workers continue their living. So right now we have about 8 farmers right now.
And they used to be managers?
Some of them were managers of our store. Some of them, you know, they haven't had work since the pandemic. So, ang daming natutulungan.
Galing.
So, of course, the community has been really supportive. And we're doing a lot of community-supported agriculture where, you know, the residents, they buy the produce from us. And at the same time, they're able to help the workers.
So you see, it's not all coming from here. Ideas are great, but it's greater if it comes from the heart. And the heart of Louie is just really pure. So let's meet Linda. Linda lives around the village and she's here every day. Linda, what makes you come here every morning?
The beauty of nature, it's a place of refuge for me. I love coming and talking to Louie and all the guys, and they're doing such a fantastic job. I have to come in every day. I love it.
Yes, thank you,
Thank
Linda.
you. Thank you,
Thank
Linda.
Good morning, Joel. Joel is again another resident of Bel-Air. And Joel, what's up for today?
Around my farm is to buy arugula here at Urban Farmers. They want to be healthy and trying to be vegan.
Okay.
Sir, good morning. Arugula po. Harvest lang kanina.
Sabi pala.
Salamat po.
Thank you, sir. At dami. Sarap. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
So at the farm, we also grow many species of vegetables and herbs, no? And there are many of them that you know that they are not we're not very familiar with, especially like these plants like this Chinese malunggay.
Chinese malunggay.
Yeah, you can actually use this for salad. It's
Oh,
really
yeah?
sweet. It's really sweet.
Why is it called Chinese?
No,
So you have to have
it's really-
Chinese salad?
No, it's a Chinese variety.
Okay.
But when you really taste it,
Yeah.
it's really, you know, it's really sweet and you can really put it in
Can I
your
eat it
Yeah,
now?
sure. Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead.
okay. Wow.
Diba? It's
Pwede sa lumpia.
yes.
Chinese lumpia salad.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, a lot of, we also do a lot of, aside from putting them into food, there's also medicinal plants, no? Like, for example, this one. This is really interesting. This is a variegated oregano. You can pick one leaf and you smell it.
I don't want to destroy the top.
Actually the oreganos, they repel insects. No? So we have oreganos all around. So
Wow, I love it.
it really makes, you know, everything smell really good.
Yeah. Can I put it on my... See? Even it's a perfume. I love it. Louie, now we don't have tomatoes, right? But this is
Yeah.
a beautiful sign. But let's see, what are these?
Yeah, these are capsicums, no? So we just finished our harvest for the tomatoes. So now we're growing capsicums on these plots, no? So they're really nice sweet peppers. They're really sweet peppers. They turn really red after a few weeks.
Yeah.
Right now we have a lot of green ones. So perfect for any dish.
Louie,
They're really wonderful.
I have a question though. You know how Joel was like explaining that he wants to buy the arugula for his salad this lunch. But how do we prepare, like, wala bang, kasi I know also that it's organically grown, but do we need a special preparation for it to be served before it's served on the table?
Yeah, what we do, no, when we harvest our veggies, we make sure that the sun has not been up yet, because it creates stress for the plants if you harvest during when the sun is up.
Wow, interesting.
So we harvest them early. If you order them at night, in the morning we harvest them, and they're really perfect for your lunch or dinner.
So if you harvest them at night, but if the customer is going to have it still by lunchtime, there's no withering of some sort? It's still fresh? Or do you put it at night after harvesting? Do you put it somewhere like a rack or?
Since the lettuce and the green leafy vegetables, they need a lot of water. Sometimes when you take them home, they wilt, no? They look wilted. But the idea is to just put them in ice water for 30 minutes. Put cubes of ice in water, and after 30 minutes they just really revive.
Oh.
So don't throw away wilted vegetables. Definitely they're still good. They're gonna stay. You do that. You dry them. You put them in the chiller, and they can stay there for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, but Louie, I was talking about these are all grown organically. But syempre minsan is there a special fertilizer aside from that cover that you do to protect it from pests? But are there any kinds of natural fertilizer that we can use?
Yeah, right now, as I told you, that's the reason why we have plenty of flowers here. They repel insects. No? Of course, the smell repels insects, and of course, the color yellow. The color yellow is really the one that the insects don't want to get into your plant.
Because of the color yellow.
The color and the smell.
Of that
usually.
particular, what do you call that flower?
Right now we have marigolds, we have zinnias.
Oh, so it's not just the color, but also the smell that
The scent
of the flower
Yeah.
that really turns off the pest.
The pest.
So you're saying, Louie, that there is definitely no fertilizer that you use to make this?
Well, of course we use also organic pesticides. Like fermented plant juice, fermented fruit juice, and then fish amino acids that we can spray on the plants. But definitely we don't use any chemicals.
Oh, fantastic. So when it's about to be brought to the table, do you wash them? Is there a specific instruction on how to wash your vegetables before we eat them?
Well, for us we put a dash of vinegar on water, and then just let it stay for a while, and then wash it with running water. That's it.
And it's ready to consume.
Yeah.
Let's also say hello to May, the beautiful wife of Louie. She's in charge of also helping out Louie in this beautiful farm of theirs. And she has a special skill, a talent that not a lot of people have. And this we will show you soon.
Hi Tina! Hello everybody! My name is May Gutierrez of the Urban Farmers of Bel-Air. I make and design the edible blooms by May. Okay? For Mother's Day, I have lots of orders already, and in fact, I was so surprised that my quota is almost full. One client asked me to make an ensemble of all white bouquet. And so I used white corn, onions, garlic, and our holy basil from the farm. Okay, I just added a little touch of red for emphasis. For others, I also design vegetables of different colors, all assorted. So to make it more, so that the colors will pop. And yeah, if you need a gift for your loved ones, please call Urban Farmers of Bel-Air and ask for edible blooms by May. Happy Mother's Day!
Louie, thank you for your garden tour. Talaga, I enjoyed it, especially your flowers, because I'm a flower fan. I always do my flower arrangements at home. Pero, of course, it's not all about the flowers, but all about the cuentos and the beautiful plants that he produces. For being with us today, I hope that we were able to give you a lesson or two about gardening and inspire you to do your own vegetable or herb gardens. So, till the next time, I'll see you. Goodbye. Hope you enjoyed everything. Bye.
In the most sacred space of all churches, the main altar prominently stands as the center where the priests celebrate Holy Mass. To highlight its importance, the Parish Council felt the need to establish a ministry tasked to provide the proper atmosphere for its liturgical celebrations. Thus, the Altar Environment Ministry was created in 2014. We remember and honor our three mentors, Louie Ocampo, Auring Villanueva, and Rose Avancenia, for their selfless work in sharing their creativity and resources for the altar for over 20 years as our founding members. Today, the Altar Environment Ministry continues to carry on the work of preparing the altar for the solemn celebrations like the feasts of Our Lady of Lourdes, Saint Anthony de Padua, Saint Francis of Assisi, the Santo Niño, and many other saints. We ensure the proper setup of altar linens and banners to blend with the liturgical season and solemnities of the year. We provide flower arrangements and plants for the altar on these special feasts and holy days such as Christ the King, Palm Sunday, and Easter Vigils. Did you know that one of our many duties is to cover the saints with purple cloths for Holy Week? We have also taken on the task of finding generous and committed sponsors to work with us for special events such as the Altar of Repose, our annual Francis Fest projects, the Advent Wreath, and our Christmas altar decor. We are grateful to all those who have helped us in the past. Special mention goes to our Santuario San Antonio Parish staff, the sacristans, and the janitresses who help us all the time. Thank you to them, and most especially to our dedicated friars who have taken over our duties due to the COVID pandemic. Come and join us. Everyone is welcome in the Altar Environment Ministry. Thank you.